My name is Edwin Bloom. I'm an executive advisor for IGS. In a previous life, I used to be a client of IGS. I worked in oil and gas, upstream, mainly in maintenance operations, process safety, assurance and general management. I was the CEO of a joint venture, an oil and gas producing joint venture in Kazakhstan. And IGS worked for us applying high velocity thermal spray in several pressure vessels during the turnaround. And that was a good job. So when you look at all the kind of visible elements, it restored the technical integrity of the pressure vessels by arresting the corrosion. It was safely executed, it was efficiently executed, and IGS adapted extremely well to the change in work scope. Because with these kind of jobs, you only know your scope when you open the vessels and you take a final look, basically. So those were all the visible elements. But what impressed me more were the kind of more the invisible or the less visible elements. When it comes to running an asset, an asset with these kind of conditions and higher risks, as an operator, you're always accountable. You can never offload that to a service provider. But on the other hand, you have to realize that the service provider, so IGS in this case, has more knowledge about the product, the material selection, the specifications, the working procedures to apply it than we had as a client. IGS also has significantly more experience in doing this because they're doing this for hundreds and hundreds of vessels across multiple clients in multiple geographies, whereas we only had a few vessels in our assets. To then kind of work this in a way that as a customer you get what you want in terms of the technical integrity of your equipment and a good return on investment. And for IGS to make a reasonable margin on it, it really needs trust and understanding. And you need to understand one party objectives can be slightly different than the other party's objectives, but what I found particularly interesting with IGS was that level of trust. Yeah, so you could have a good technical conversation to raise your understanding and basically get more comfort or comfortable with the solution. There were some healthy commercial discussions as well, and everything was done with a lot of transparency and openness. So for me, the visible elements were very impressive. Yeah, like I said, the safe execution of the work and actually getting the result that we needed, desperately needed. But the less visible elements in terms of how IGS worked, that impressed me even more.